Welcome to your 21-day Aloha Meditation Challenge. I'm excited to share today's live webinar with you. 3 relaxation techniques to promote energy flow. Let's begin with a few minutes of practice integrating some of what we've already learned this week. And wherever you are, allowing yourself to be as comfortable as possible in your body, really settling in, giving yourself permission to drop everything from your day, knowing there's nowhere to go and nothing to do. And turning your attention inward towards your center. And take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release it completely. Becoming aware of your physical body by gently scanning your body from the bottoms of your feet all the way up through your legs into your core, your arms and your shoulders, to the top of your head. And then gently scanning your body again from the top of your head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. And now becoming aware of your breath and noticing how you're breathing in this moment. And noticing without any judgment or analysis, just being aware of your breath as it is. And lastly, becoming aware of your emotional state and just checking in right now with how you feel. The emotional tone that you're experiencing in this moment. I apologize for that noise in the background if you could hear it. Of course, that is happening now. And let's just close by coming back to the heart center and feeling a sense of gratitude in your heart, the aloha spirit, and allowing that gratitude to extend outward in all directions, radiating from the center of your heart throughout your body and into your environment. And taking a breath and letting it go. So in this practice, becoming aware of our physical body, our breath, our emotions, and also our thoughts. And it's by raising our self-awareness that we can begin to relax and deepen into our practice. I wanted to see how things are going for you in the challenge. You're welcome to write in the chat box. How is the challenge going for you? Have you been able to complete all 4 days yet? And just some, I would say, helpful advice on receiving the most from your challenge, after you listen to your guided meditation, and you're welcome to listen to it as many times as you want in a day. Actually, I think starting in the morning and then doing the same one in the evening would be helpful because it really helps you develop that skill. And afterwards, letting yourself sit for a few minutes on your own, especially if you're just beginning after the meditation. And that's when we really start to receive the benefit, is when we take time to notice how we feel after a practice. It's like increasing the neural muscles in our brain that signal this is how to relax, and this is what relaxation feels like. And I'm going to give myself this chance to receive this experience and really deepen into it. So, Tanya says 3 morning practices were excellent. Distractions took over this morning. Was less at peace today. Have to commit to morning practice. Thanks for sharing. Yep, that's what happens. Life happens, and sometimes we miss the practice. And the beautiful thing is we can always come back. It's important not to beat yourself up when you're learning how to meditate. That can easily happen. And feeling guilty and feeling bad and then losing that inspired momentum, that can really easily happen when we're starting something new. And David says, I love the challenge and I'll purchase or donate because the aloha resonates with me. Oh, you're sweet. I like a guide to your pathway. Oh, that's beautiful. So as I mentioned before, a lot of people take courses, they don't end up finishing them for a number of reasons. Sometimes it's just difficult to stay engaged online. Um, on Tuesday, we learned about the life-changing benefits of relaxation. I just would like to review this a little bit with you. Why relaxation is so important? Because it helps us to breathe more easily. It gives us access to our life force energy when we turn on the relaxation response, and it helps our body to rest and digest not just our food or regular sleep. It's, learning how to digest our life experiences, our emotions, and process those life experiences that include stress. And it helps us come back to balance. So relaxation is very restorative for our energy. And really, I like to call this the healing state. When we turn on the relaxation response, we're turning on the healing state, which is natural in our own body. Our body knows how to repair itself. And it's in this state that we begin to enter that sense of wholeness, relaxation, that feeling of safety and ease, which opens us up to the state of presence. And as I mentioned before, a lot of us with the stress brain, when we're constantly turned on with stress or anxiety and we have that hypervigilance, it's because we've been trained to be in that state. Our world moves really fast. Everything outside of us kind of shows us that, going fast and hard and doing and going and being busy is the way to be. And every time you take time to sit and do nothing and value that space of doing nothing, you're going against the grain of what we've been taught to do, what we've been taught to value, even for centuries. So think of it as that you're really developing this muscle, and that this muscle is important also for your health. And a question I have for you is, what have you noticed about your practice since you've started? Have you noticed anything about your practice, or has anything changed for you? And you're welcome to type in the type chat box if you like. Something I notice about my practice is that it changes every day. I never have the same practice. There are times where I feel a deep sense of peace, and other times I feel agitation. And I just go with it every day, whatever that experience it is. Sometimes I have a really nice practice and I want to hold on to it. But really, it's about opening to a new experience over and over again, because our moment is always brand new. It's always brand new. It's just our mind that kind of thinks and sees the same thing over and over. And with meditation, it's learning to see with new eyes and be willing to have a fresh, new experience. So, with that, what has changed for you? Has anything changed for you since you've started? Even if there's a small change. And just appreciating those little changes that come up. Dana says, I've noticed I'm more aware of my actual feelings in my practice and recognizing them. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's interesting too how much we can go deeper into our feeling state and recognize, wow, I'm still holding on to something. Sometimes we break through these walls, even within ourselves, and we discover more about our true feelings and our true emotions. And Steph says, I'm calmer. It's nice. Arturo says, a sense of peace and calm that I can carry throughout the day. Oh, that's beautiful. And Minel says, I have been more aware of my emotions as they happen. Awesome. And the key to practice, to let you know, because I think a lot of times meditation is seen as we have to be calm and peaceful and zen. And like I mentioned on Tuesday, a lot of things can come up. It can be raw and messy, and we can feel kind of crazy in our meditation practice, and that's okay. And the key is to allow what's really coming up for you in your meditation, whether it's good or bad or light or dark, um, and not to suppress or repress or try to make different our experience. So anytime we try to repress, suppress, or make different, or fix, or make wrong, we begin to have tension. Did you notice that? So whenever something comes up and then we press up against it, we resist it, we'll start to experience even more tension, which actually begins to go against the energy of meditation. So the key is to allow. And a lot of us haven't learned how to do that because we weren't allowed to allow when we were young. So it is developing a new muscle. And Charlie just put a tech note in there, so just be sure to see the chat box for that. David says, growth of clarity, calm, self-discovery. Oh, that's beautiful. Harmony, balance, and peace. All right. It's nice to connect with you. So meditation is more than a mental practice. We tend to see meditation as emptying the mind and controlling the mind, even making the mind clear and focused. Meditation is a holistic practice. It is a body practice, it's an energy practice, it's an emotional practice, and it's also a health practice. It's a way of living. It's a whole health system. So as you start to meditate, you might also begin to notice that your preferences change. You begin to gravitate more naturally towards balance. You might start to think, oh, when I eat this, I notice that I feel like this, that I feel heavy. And you have more awareness of how things are affecting your well-being and your inner state. And you begin to naturally follow this progression towards inner balance and health. And meditation helps us to attune to higher levels of health and energy. Energy flow. We're all made of energy. Everything is energy. When we meditate, we tap into our prana or chi. This is also known as our life force energy. And we can even just see what that's like by rubbing our hands together. If you're watching this, I'm sure many of you have done this, where you rub your hands together vigorously and then just gently pull your hands apart, and you can feel some electricity or magnetism between your palms. And you can even go in a circle and feel that. You can go far and close and still feel this magnetic pull. Do you feel that? You can even put a finger in your palm, put the middle finger, and you can even feel your middle finger if you close your eyes when you come close. So there is this magnetic pulse, and we have energy centers in our body and also our hands and also along our center that emit energy. And what happens when we hurt ourselves or we have a cut or something's happened, we automatically put our hand on top. That's just a very natural response, is to throw our hand on there because it's healing. You know, we instinctively know that we can receive healing energy, and we can tap into our energy flow through meditation, and that it's important to tap into energy flow. When our energy is stuck, let's see what the next slide says. Okay, so we have these energy meridians, and that's like a super highway in your body. Your body has a network of connections and points throughout your entire body system. And this is also a subtle system. It's not just tangible, even though when you go to see a Chinese acupuncturist or doctor, they use needles in certain points. It's really to touch these energy pathways, because once these pathways get stuck, it causes tension and dis-ease and this angsty, anxious, restless. It starts to cause these states of being where we feel out of whack. And when we know that we have these energy meridian systems, and that when our energy is open and flowing and we feel at ease and relaxed, that's what promotes a state of true health. So in these other systems of health like Chinese medicine or even Ayurveda, we know that when our energy is out of balance, oftentimes because of our emotions. So in Chinese medicine, the emotions are very important for maintaining a state of true health. And as we mentioned Tuesday, when you have a high level of anxiety, it's often because you have not gotten in touch with your true emotions and processed your deeper emotions. Anxiety is a cap, it's a symptom that presses and resistance. It resists what we really feel. So when we're willing to feel what we truly feel, and oftentimes what we feel has to do with our truth. So when we're resisting something, it's also because we're in denial and we don't want to admit something to ourselves. And as I mentioned before, you know, our chi, our life force energy, that's also our intuition. That's our creative intelligence. It's always speaking to us. So when we're in touch with that, that's flowing, that's coming to us. We're in touch with what our truth and the truth of experience is. And thank you for your chats. I see Desiree put a note here. And it is very important to relax during meditation. Thank you for mentioning that, Desiree. So anytime that energy's stuck, we will start to feel these anxious or angsty states of being. You'll begin to experience depression. Think of the word depression. Depress. Depress. It's a depression of energy. It's when our energy is so low because it's not being allowed to flow. Our natural self isn't allowed to be. And depression is that feeling of feeling depressed and pressed down. Our spirit is pressed down. And we can also experience pain and tension when our energy is stuck inside of us, as well as anxiety. So it helps to work with our energy when we're learning how to meditate. And the more relaxed we are, the more our energy naturally flows. And meditation shows us how to do this. When we meditate, we become aware naturally of energy. We become more sensitive. We're paying attention and we're noticing, when I have this thought, my body clenches. When I feel or hear something, my body opens and I feel more relaxed. So you begin to notice those subtle connections between the mind, the body, the emotions, your intuition. Even the more that you listen to your intuition and follow it, you'll also notice it creates a quality of energy and vibration within you, and you feel more relaxed and at ease. So even though our intuition sometimes takes us out of our comfort zone and we might do things we normally wouldn't do, um, or we might take a new risk, actually our intuition is always protecting and guiding us. And when we really listen to ourselves at that deeper level, we also have more peace. With meditation, we feel more vibrant, we're present, and we feel grounded and centered. And that feels really good. The more we experience that, the more we may want to deepen our practice and learn how to be in this state more of the time throughout our day. Meditation is healing. We can access our healing energy and our healing power through meditation. You'll find that when you meditate, if you are a beginner or somebody who's been meditating for a while, that you'll have a lot of emotional releasing and processing during your meditation. We don't really have a space in our society for when we feel upset and we get really stressed out, whether it's at work or with our family members. We don't really have a space for that. People don't teach us how to deal with our really difficult emotions and all that energy. What ends up happening, because mentally we might try to suppress it and say, I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't be upset. I shouldn't feel ashamed. I shouldn't feel. And so when our mind blocks what we feel, we begin to start to have inner conflict and that inner tension rub up. And if the mind suppresses the feeling gets stuck into our body and into the cells of our body, creating that dis-ease. So with meditation, we're really getting deeply in touch with our emotions and our feelings. We don't have to bypass or transcend our emotions. I think the way to truly authentically healing our emotions is to enter them, to be willing to face them with courage and to go into the center of our true emotions, no matter how crazy, dark, or bad they are, to society bad. That's the way we find inner freedom, because all that stuck energy, that locked up energy begins to open up. And a lot of times we're holding that stuck emotion in our core, in our solar plexus. When you feel your solar plexus really tight, that tension, take a breath and relax into that space. Let it open up for you and notice what feelings are there. So we tend to store it right in our core, in the core of our being. So when we're learning to meditate, think of gently relaxing and softening from your innermost core self. And that relaxation softening can happen with your intention. It's not like a physical thing needs to happen. It's an intention followed by the subtlety of the energy following your intention. And that's really how healing begins, is with your intent. We learned about how to prepare for meditation with a gentle body scan. So the body scan is such a wonderful, simple practice because all you have to do is follow the map of your body. It's the soles of your feet, in through your feet, up through your legs. You already have the guide. It's right here. It's your body, your whole body. And the benefit of the body scan is that it helps you to cultivate presence because you move from your head, the mind. The mind is a very cramped place to be. It's like not the place we want to necessarily center our attention, even during meditation. We'll talk about this further. There are other places to place your attention, to rest your attention, other than up here where it tends to be really noisy and chaotic, and and to try to control what happens up here from up here is way more difficult than finding a different gateway through your body or through your energy even, and slipping into the state of meditation more effortlessly just by becoming aware of your physical body. And it's not because we become so identified just to our body, it's just that our body, our breathing, it happens in real time in the moment. That's something we can follow. And it's helps us to bring our spiritual energy into our body to become embodied. So to become embodied is to not just have spiritual information or insights or intellectual ideas, but to really bring them down into physicality, into the physical realm, and live it within your being. You have realized it within your being because you embody that information. It's not just an idea in the mind, it's something that you hold in your physical body and radiate that knowledge through your being. It also helps you to become more connected. When we're connected to our body, we're just more connected because our body is a powerful instrument. Wisdom flows through our body. We can know the truth through our body. That's why we get goosebumps. So with relaxation, we're setting the energy of our practice. Remember when we talked about the room that we want to meditate in? Do you want to meditate in a clean, serene room, or do you want to meditate in a dirty, chaotic room? And setting the energy means being aware of our inner space and our inner sanctuary, and developing the inner sanctuary, valuing that space. Our world, our society tells us to look outside. We open our eyes, we're focused externally, and we're looking externally for that piece or that thing that we feel we're missing. And we're always looking outside. We think someone has the answer for us. And with meditation, we learn that the inside space, we really begin to value cultivating the inner space and how important that is, and how all our own answers can flow to us from this deep inner space that's already here with us. It's just a matter of taking that time to turn our attention inward. So we're going to start with the first practice together. It's called grounding and golden suns. And we'll do a little mini practice of this together, wherever you are, finding a comfortable seat. And allow yourself to be aware of your whole body, the right side of your body, the left side of your body, the front side of your body, and the back side of your body. And become aware of your whole body together. And imagine now that you've got a large grounding cord, like a tree trunk, extending from your physical body down into the earth. And you can even imagine this tree trunk, the grounding cord, moving down deep, deep into the earth, with roots growing down into the earth, wrapping around the core of Mother Earth. So notice what that feels like. It's not necessarily pulling down, it's just an extension of your energy that you're dropping right down to the center of the earth. And just taking a few breaths, notice what it's like to feel connected to the center of the earth. And if you have any questions about visualizing this, just know that it's effortless. You know, the moment you intend that, it happens, that you're grounded. And you can always practice visualization. And through this grounding cord, allow yourself to release any energy that doesn't belong to you. So you're just letting go of energy. You can even soften your body, make it a little wider. And just like a dark water is just gently leaving your body into the grounding cord, into the center of the earth, the molten lava of the earth. And it's gently releasing, letting go of your problems or other people's problems, other people's energy, releasing fully the past, noticing what that is like for you, what that feels like, and releasing all anticipation of the future. You can just release it down. So, what else have you been holding on to? Any projects or people or ideas? Just releasing it, letting it go for now. Any tension or stress, anxiety or worry. We're just taking a few breaths and discharging that from our nervous system easily, effortlessly. And as you practice this, notice where you feel the tension leaving your physical body, where you feel some energy maybe leaving in areas of your body. And now you're going to envision a golden sun right above your head. And this golden sun represents all your own chi and vitality, your core essence. You could call it your soul power. So you're calling back all your energy from any places you might have left your energy, maybe in another country or in another state or another room. You're calling back your energy into present time. So you can call it back from the past and the future, any places you might have fragmented or split your energy in stress or trauma. You're just calling back all your energy now into present time, like a big magnetized golden sun, calling back all your energy with love and grace. And then gently allow this golden sun to come in through the top of your head, through the center line into the center of your body, and allow it to radiate out from your physical body so that you're sitting in an orb, an egg of your own vital life force energy. And then go ahead and feel that grounded also to the earth, connected to the earth. So you can take one more golden sun like that, drawing golden sun energy above the crown, just for practice. And then gently, I like to just, use my hand sometimes as a guide, gently bringing that golden sun into the top of the head and allowing it to come in through the center line, through your entire body, and into the earth. And just see if you notice any shift or difference in how you feel. If you like, you can type chat your experience in the box. And Chella wrote, just a reminder, we'll open up Q&A at the end. Arturo says, a warm feeling as the chi flows through me. And Alexander says, I like using the arms to pull the sun energy down. Yeah, you can really feel the difference. And you know why? It's the hands, the chi. The hands can guide the chi. As you learn to meditate, your awareness alone can start guiding the chi. But I find that the hands really help to guide and invite the chi into your biofield. So our biofield is our auric field. We all have a magnetic field like a bubble that surrounds us. And Dana says, I can see the light in my visualization and it warms me. Yes. And warm energy is the healing energy we start to tap into. If you started to feel some heat, that's the electricity. Sometimes people feel cold energy. And cold energy, if you ever noticed, if you're in severe trauma, sometimes we feel cold, because all the systems start to shut down when we're in a state of trauma. So we can also be releasing some cool energy if we have some old energy. So thanks for sharing about that. We're going to go through a few more practices here. So the second one is self-healing. What we just practiced with the grounding and the golden suns, that's an ancient practice. That's a practice that has been around for thousands of years of connecting to the earth. We have a natural magnetic connection to the earth's resonance. And when we lose that resonance, we will start to feel disconnected. And you might have felt it even during the quarantine when you were just only indoors. If you weren't allowed to go outdoors, just sort of that feeling of disconnection that begins to emerge, and how well connected we feel when we spend time in nature with our feet on the ground under a tree or walking with trees in a forest, how good it feels. And our spiritual energy can flow very easily in those spaces because of the patterns of energy that exist in nature. So this is the grounding and golden suns is a self-healing technique, and that's something you can practice before meditation. So imagine now being able to sit in meditation with a sense of, calm and warmth and flow. So self-healing, I'm going to demonstrate this for you. And, this is something that we can learn for years, this very simple practice, but I'm going to teach it to you in a few minutes. And it's something that we offer in our trainings. This is a self-healing practice. And like I said, we receive healing from our hands, and we can rub our hands together. There's two ways we can practice self-healing. And remember that meditation in itself is a healing practice, but we can also use our hands and just place them. We'll start just by placing it by our heart center, or on our heart center, our hands. And gently breathe into the space where your hands are. And you can even visualize energy moving, the aloha energy, into your heart space through your hands. So let's take 3 breaths together here, breathing in and breathing out, peace. Breathing in, breathing out, calm. Breathing in, breathing out stillness. Now let your whole body relax and see if you can tune into the feeling of stillness in your heart center. And as you're ready, you can gently open your eyes and notice your inner state. And so, in this practice that just took probably about a minute, you may have noticed that with the use of your hands and your intention, that it helped create that healing state more readily and helped cultivate a meditative mindset. So, how was your experience with that? If anybody wants to just share in the chat box, you're welcome to. Okay, we're going to move on to Dana said, I never knew my own hands could bring about such a feeling of calm. That ain't that the truth? That's what I felt too. I thought, wow, we struggle so much. I've struggled so much in my own meditation practice. It takes me, it used to take me at least 30 minutes to get to this state of calm that you can get in 1 minute just with your hands and your intention. So if we're going to be spending all that time in meditation or in meditation a part of our day, why not make it more intentional by connecting to our energy and invoking an energy state during our meditation so that we can deepen into it more easily, effortlessly, and slip into the state of meditation. Okay. David, you asked about men versus women for Qigong practice. I'm not quite sure about that, I have to say. Everything that I share about healing is all intuitive, and there's no right or wrong way. It's just what you're feeling and trusting your experience with what you're feeling. So I'm going to show you the second very quickly self-healing practice. So you take your hands again, you rub them together. And then now you just brush through your aura. So this is aura brushing or aura sweeping. So I don't know how many of you use the loofah to like do dry brushing on your skin. This is kind of the same idea. So you're stimulating and you're clearing away. So all you have to do is take your hands and just gently swipe your hands around your body. And some people might feel something, some people might not feel anything, and it's okay. It takes time. I mean, I told you these practices you can learn for years, and you're just going to sweep around with the intention of clearing and balancing your energy. So healing is the process of becoming whole. Healing is health. The word heal is in the word health. So it promotes health and balance, which is homeostasis. That's what the relaxation response promotes, is homeostasis, this ability for our internal state to self-regulate to the external state naturally. And we can learn to self-regulate our thoughts, our emotions. We can self-regulate even our physical body, where you begin to have more mastery over your physiology, learning how to slow down your breath rate and your heart rate. So what are you feeling? I'm just wondering if anybody's feeling something. All you're doing is just sweeping and noticing if you feel anything, whether they're hot spots or cool spots, it doesn't matter. what it is. And then we're going to practice that golden sun. So remember the golden sun above the crown, and then gently bring in, energize your golden sun and bring it in through the crown, through the center of your being, and gently grounding the golden sun towards the earth. So you can try it one more time. That feels really good. If any of you are able to sense or feel this. And then again, drawing down this golden sun down into the earth. And taking a breath, because breathing helps move energy. It helps move and clear and balance your own energy. So it's beautiful. And then you can also, I love doing these sweeping motions. So this is just like Qigong. You know, you're sweeping up through the center line and imagining you can sweep up through the center line and then your energy flowing out in all directions. And just noticing how beautiful that feels. So was anybody able to sense that experience? And if you weren't, it's perfectly okay. It just takes time and practice. Alexander says, I can feel my hands vibrating after clearing the aura. Yes, that's beautiful. So vibration is the chi, life force energy that's awakening and moving. Your electricity is moving. And if anybody else wants to share, you're welcome to. We're going to move on to the third practice technique. Dana says, it feels like there's something on my hands or in my hands. Yes, that is your energy, your natural healing power that we all have. Thank you for sharing, guys. So the third practice is invocation. Invocation is inviting energy or the presence of energy into your practice. Everybody has different belief systems. Some people are religious, some people are spiritual, some people believe in God or in Allah or in Jesus or in Buddha. And really, it's about the heart space that you connect to when you connect to ideas or consciousnesses. For many people, they love to invoke God or divine consciousness. So just by invoking that which inspires you will help you to relax, to have a positive, anchored thought. And this could even be inviting in gratitude or love or aloha. So gently now, everybody, you can just close your eyes and practice. And this might be inviting in angels or ascended angels, spirit guides, people who we deeply love, who we feel inspired by. And you're just inviting this into your space. And this invitation is a way to evoke inspiration, which is that divine breath that we can start to access when we're in a good, positive energy state. And this is a way of raising your energy and your consciousness ahead of your meditation practice. Some people call it prayer. You can call it intention or even relaxation. But this is the practice of raising your mind state. So you drop away all of the everyday thoughts, you know, the low mental thoughts we have throughout the day, and you allow your mind to gently rest on something that's higher, that's bigger, that's purposeful. So now if you take this moment just to breathe into your center and gently invoke that which inspires you, whether it's God or the divine, your angels, your guides, or invoking and inviting in gratitude, compassion, self-love. And as you gently focus on this, notice your inner state and what begins to shift internally. Thank you for practicing that with me. I love practicing invocation as part of my own personal practice and can really feel tangibly the shift. Um, and did any of you feel that? Just opening up the chat for this. What did you experience as you gently focused on that which you love or feel inspired by? Arturo said, yes, deep calm. And Dana said, an immediate sense of serenity. Yeah. And I think you really hit the nail on the head with that immediate sense, which is a sense that can come to you so much more quickly than just by sitting there and watching thoughts for a long time, where you could be in a state of agitation for a long time by trying to focus too much the mind or watching the thoughts. But when we just simply practice invocation, how that can come to us more easily, that feeling of deep calm. Anyone else want to share, or did you not experience anything at all? Just curious about your experience. David said, invocation is allowing positive energy into your sacred space with gratitude. It is a sacred feeling. Yes, it really is. Thank you. That's beautiful. Okay. So that is the third practice. And these are the practices we share through the Suraflow meditation approach. So this is the first part of the approach, are learning these practices and learning how to integrate them into our meditation practice. What inspires you? What inspires you personally and you spiritually? And allowing yourself to tap into this space more deeply or more sensitively so that you can invite this into your personal practice. So really the intention is to help you develop a practice that you love, that really works for you. And that's finding out about yourself and what helps you to feel open, what helps you to feel calm, what helps you to feel connected. And also learning how to become aware of energy and how empowering it is to learn about energy. So often today, people are strapped. They're drained of energy. They feel all over the place. They feel scattered. And it's the thing that people are most looking for is energy. How can I have more energy? And again, we tend to look for that outside, don't we? We tend to look for things that are going to give us energy, whether it's attention or a position, a level of status, whatever that might be. We're always kind of seeking this energy on even an unconscious level. But this energy that we can get in touch with is within us. We have the power to access it anytime inside of us. And it's also about energy balancing, not so much about getting or losing energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transformed. And we can learn how to transform energy and how to balance our energy. So we can take stress, which isn't always bad energy. We have good stress and bad stress. But we can take stress and anxiety and we can transform it into calm or creativity. You know, how often do people, they're very angry, you can channel that anger into something positive. So, learning how to become aware of energy and learning how to manage your own energy is really important in learning how to develop your meditation practice and in creating a practice you love and that you love to practice every single day. And your practice should really feel like a space, a sacred space that you love to come to. It's not a space where you beat yourself up or feel bad about yourself or wonder, why do I have these thoughts? Remember, we're learning how to go against the grain of what we've been taught and how we've been taught to think and the way we've been taught to think. So, with meditation, by observing without judgment our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our beliefs, our stories, by just observing them with a sense of neutrality or even aloha, compassion, that it naturally begins to transform and open up. And we don't have to try to change our thoughts. Just by having some stillness and space and relaxation, those things will transform by themselves. It's kind of the magic of meditation you can start to tap into. So I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. If you would like more support in your personal practice, feel free to join our Facebook group. That's our community through Facebook. It's called Flow Live. And we have teachers teaching 3 times a week through Flow Live. And I also teach in this group. And that's where you can receive access to more meditation info and free courses. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining today. We really loved being with you. And I'm going to open the space up now for Q&A together with Chela. So